Farming can no longer be considered as a profession lacking technological advances, with gearheads being fully aware that the industry has some of the baddest mechanical wonders at its fingertips. In fact, some of the tractors used within the industry on a daily basis come packed with more horsepower and raw power than the majority of vehicles we see on the streets. But what are the biggest and most impressive tractors in the world at the moment? And how much can you expect to pay before getting your hands on one of these machines? Well, whether you're a farmer or just want to know more about the incredible tractors that allow the industry to flourish, stay right where you are, as we're about to explore everything there is to know about the biggest and baddest tractors on the market. So strap yourselves in and get ready for a smooth ride as things are about to get exciting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. 1. The John Deere 9620RX. First up is a tractor from one of the most impressive brands on the market, which is none other than the John Deere 9620RX. This tractor looks similar to other tractors that farmers have familiarized themselves with in the past, but rather than adopting the rounded appearance that a great many tractors have gone with, the 9620RX has stuck with a sharp canopy and body that shows off its rugged appearance in the sunlight. This classic look is also emphasized by the use of two triangular treads on each side of its body, comprising a number of gears. Not only do these treads make it easier for the RX to maneuver, they also allow for the exercise of an insane amount of power, pushing this incredible tractor over the toughest of terrains. And rather than seeing these treads as nothing more than wheel replacements, the designers of the mechanical wonder went ahead and designed them in sharp contrast with the cogs within them, which shine with a yellow paint job against the black tread of the RX. The entire tractor is then brought together with an aesthetically pleasing green exterior, which fits in perfectly with the black and yellow trimmings found throughout. As far as power goes, the John Deere 9620RX features a Cummins QSX15 engine that is able to kick out a grand total of around 620 horsepower, leading to a displacement of around 1490 cc. This makes the RX the perfect tractor for those farmers who don't require the most power and can instead sink their life savings into the comfort felt when plowing fields and attending to other farming activities. A great example of this can be seen in the Command View 3 cab that the RX has attached to it, allowing the driver total comfort and visibility when it comes to working in the field. The controls of the 9620RX are fully automatic, reducing the amount of work required to complete these activities. And last but not least, the 3-point hitch and command center of the tractor allows for absolute control, increasing production tenfold when used correctly. Since the John Deere 9620RX is far more than a quality tractor, you can expect to pick it up for about 709,000 Australian dollars. The price may be steep, but your body will be thanking you for the comfort that it brings. 2. The New Holland T9 700. Next up on our list is the New Holland T9 700, which is definitely one of the baddest tractors on the market. In fact, some would say that it looks like the gorgeous love child between an ordinary tractor and German-engineered Panzer tank. And who hasn't wanted to drive a tank at least once in their life, right? The New Holland is smooth and rounded in its appearance, with sunlight being necessary to show off the subtle curves that it has been designed with. When it comes to movement, it employs the use of a selection of treads similar to those used in tanks during the Second World War. But rather than being oval and elongated in nature, these treads are triangular and used to ramp up the power of the tractor by using a selection of 4 cogs to make each tread run. With 2 of these treads on each side, the New Holland looks like an absolute beast of a machine. It also boasts an incredibly powerful engine in the form of an FPT Cursor 13, which comes equipped with a 2-stage turbo. This means that all in all, the New Holland is able to kick out 682 horsepower in total, which is insane for a piece of farming equipment. The transmission of the New Holland is also considered to be continuously variable depending on the terrain that is being moved over, with the driver being able to choose between 2 different traction controls. The first control is for regular driving and maintains a comfortable ride regardless of what is being driven over. For the more extreme plots, however, the farmer is able to engage Ultimate Strength Mode, which forces the traction into overdrive using every horse that the tractor has within its stable. The New Holland T9 700 has been tested and approved by the Nebraska Tractor Test Laboratory, and of all the machines that have moved through this facility, the T9 700 has been labeled as the best in terms of power, torque, and fluid efficiency. And it's for this reason that the high cost of the tractor is made up for the machine being able to reduce labor costs in the process of working a field. When bought new, the New Holland T9 700 standard will cost an Australian farmer around 708,000 Australian dollars. But as we mentioned earlier, the Mechanical Wonder is well worth the price of ownership. 3. The Case IH Quad-Track 620. Then we have the Case IH Quad-Track 620, which is one of the newest quad-tracks on the market at the moment. While it may look quite similar to the earlier triangular Caterpillar version, which we will get to in a second, the Quad-Track 620 is a lot more powerful than the other quad-tracks on the market. When the chips are down, this tremendous machine is able to use its heavy-duty engine to produce around 620 horsepower with ease. It also comes equipped with an HI-ESCR emission system that has been integrated with a live independent system PTO. Essentially, this means that although the machine is incredibly powerful, it is also considered to be quite fuel efficient for its size, giving off manageable emissions with use. So if the reduction of anthropomorphic carbon dioxide is something that gets you excited as a farmer, the Quad-Track 620 is probably for you when it comes to heavy-duty work. The tractor also offers 4-point cab suspension, which is used to stabilize the cab when driving over rugged terrain. The ingenuity used here is similar to how the suspension of a car does the same when hitting an uneven piece of road, and allows the driver of the Quad-Track 620 the ability to drive over rough terrain while enjoying a cup of coffee without the threat of spillage. Farming can impact the body of a farmer quite drastically, so comfort is definitely something that needs to be considered when attending to heavy-duty work. On the topic of price though, a farmer can probably expect to pay around 797,000 Australian dollars before he is able to get his hands on this impressive tractor. And since these are almost never sold secondhand due to how beloved they are, this is unfortunately the price you will have to pay. 4. The Case Quad-Track Triangular Caterpillar. The earlier model of the Quad-Track has also performed well enough to make it onto our list, coming in sharp in the form of the Case Quad-Track Triangular Caterpillar. The Triangular Caterpillar is by far one of the largest tractors in the world right now, and is often used for heavy-duty farming because of its gigantic size and usability. The enormous machine comes complete with broad, triangular treads and a 6-cylindered 15-liter engine that, when pushed to the brink, can produce around 600 horsepower. And while this may seem on the lower end of the spectrum, it is massive considering the sheer size of the Triangular Caterpillar. The 4-track design of the Mechanical Wonder also helps to distribute the incredible weight of it, decreasing the amount of soil compaction and thus maintaining the nutrient-rich value of the plowed land in question. And while this is by far the best and ultimate goal of the treads, they work in unison, serving to boost the utilization of power of the Triangular Caterpillar. This is all done in a vibration-free drive, with the Triangular Caterpillar having a surprisingly sharp turn radius of just 4.2 meters. In other words, you'll be getting an incredible amount of power, maneuverability, comfort, and reliability out of this tractor, which explains how it costs a total of around 775,000 Australian dollars. And although it is cheaper than its newer model, which we have just dealt with, the Triangular Caterpillar is still preferred above other quad tracks when it comes to farmers in Australia. 5. The 16V747 Big Bud. And then finally, we have the most expensive farming tractor in the world, which has actually held on to this title for the last couple of decades. We are, of course, talking about the gigantic 16V747 Big Bud, which was built back in 1977 and continues to have modifications made to it throughout the years that it has been on the market. This incredible piece of machinery is around 27 feet in height and is capable of plowing a large field in just a few minutes. It is visually pleasing to those who prefer the more classic look, with the gigantic tractor being driven by 8 large circular wheels as opposed to the 4 treads of later models. This means that you won't be getting a reduction in soil compression, unfortunately, but the Big Bud does end up making for this in general speed of work. Because of the sheer size of the tractor, it is able to pull a cultivator of up to 80 feet, allowing it to work above 1 acre of land per minute. In other words, the Big Bud has the ability to increase the productivity of a farm tenfold, and is definitely worth a purchase when it comes to industrialized farming. And with 900 horsepower at its disposal, you won't find a stronger and more powerful tractor on the market. But what do you think of these incredible machines? Let us know in the comment section down below.